Scott-Disick's life has always been a whirlwind of drama, fame, and controversy, but the latest chapter in his saga has taken an unexpected turn. Imagine the shock of discovering that your child has been accidentally harmed and the emotional storm that follows. This is the story of how Scott found himself in a tense legal battle with Kourtney Kardashian after a shocking incident involving their children, Reign and Penelope. It's a tale filled with raw emotions, family dynamics, and the challenges of parenting in the public eye. It all started on a seemingly ordinary day in Calabasas. The sun was shining, and the air was filled with the laughter of children playing together. Scott and Kourtney had been navigating their co-parenting relationship post-split, trying to keep things as peaceful as possible for the sake of their 3 kids, Mason, Penelope, and Reign. But peace can be fragile, especially in a family as high-profile as theirs. On this particular day, Kourtney had invited Scott over for a casual family gathering. The kids were excited, running around the backyard, playing games, and enjoying each other's company. Penelope, with her bright spirit and playful energy, was in the middle of a craft project with her brother Reign. It was a typical scene of childhood innocence, until it wasn't. In a moment that would change everything, a small but sharp object was involved in their play. It was an accident, pure and simple, but it resulted in Reign getting hurt. The details are still a bit murky, but the aftermath was devastating. Reign had been stabbed accidentally, and the panic that ensued was unimaginable. Kourtney rushed him to the hospital, her heart racing, fearing the worst. Scott, who had been out running errands, received the news and felt his world crumble. As the days passed, it became clear that the incident had left deep emotional scars. While Reign recovered physically, the emotional toll on both parents was significant. Scott, protective as ever, felt an overwhelming urge to ensure that such an accident would never happen again. The thoughts racing through his mind were fueled by anger and concern for his son's safety. In his mind, Kourtney had to bear some responsibility for the situation. This led Scott to take a drastic step. He decided to sue Kourtney. It was a shocking move that sent ripples through their family and friends. Many were left wondering if this was truly about the accident, or if it was an underlying battle for control in their co-parenting arrangement. The lawsuit was filed amid a backdrop of tension, with both parents struggling to navigate their feelings of blame, guilt, and fear. Kourtney was blindsided by Scott's decision. She had always prided herself on being a good mother, and the thought that she could be seen as negligent was unbearable. The media, always eager to sensationalize, quickly picked up the story, framing it as a dramatic showdown between the former couple. Headlines blared about Kardashian family feud, and social media erupted with speculation and gossip. As the legal proceedings unfolded, it became clear that this was more than just a simple case of blame. It was a reflection of the complicated dynamics that often accompany divorce and co-parenting. The court hearings revealed the raw emotions both Scott and Kourtney were grappling with. They were not just fighting over legalities. They were fighting for their roles as parents and for the well-being of their children. Throughout the ordeal, Reign and Penelope remained at the center of their parents' concerns. They were innocent bystanders in a drama that threatened to overshadow their childhood. The siblings had always shared a close bond, and it was heartbreaking to see them caught in the crossfire. Friends and family stepped in to support both Scott and Kourtney, reminding them of the importance of unity, especially for the sake of their children. As the case progressed, it became evident that both parents were struggling with their own feelings of inadequacy. Scott, known for his brash persona, was wrestling with vulnerability and fear. Kourtney, often seen as the calm and collected one, found herself battling feelings of guilt and frustration. They were both trying to do what was best for their kids, but their methods clashed in explosive ways. Eventually, the court mandated mediation. This provided both Scott and Kourtney with a platform to express their feelings openly. They were forced to confront the reality of their situation, and for the first time in a long while, they began to communicate honestly. The mediation sessions were intense, filled with tears, anger, and moments of clarity. They started to realize that their children's happiness depended on their ability to work together, not against each other. During these sessions, Scott and Kourtney discussed their hopes and fears as parents. They shared their dreams for their children's futures and acknowledged their own shortcomings. Slowly, they began to rebuild a sense of trust, understanding that the accident was just that, an accident. They were reminded that parenting is inherently risky, filled with unpredictable moments that can lead to joy or heartache. As they moved forward, the lawsuit began to feel less like a legal battle and more like a learning experience. Both parents recognized the importance of co-parenting, and they started to implement changes to ensure their home was a safe and nurturing environment. They agreed to work together on parenting plans, focusing on open communication and shared responsibilities. In the end, the lawsuit was dropped. Scott and Kourtney emerged from the experience more united than they had been in years. They realized that their love for their children was stronger than any disagreement they might have. With a renewed commitment to their roles as parents, they began to focus on what truly mattered: the happiness and well-being of Mason, Penelope, and Rain. The incident that had initially threatened to tear them apart ultimately brought them closer together. Scott and Kourtney's journey serves as a reminder that even in the most challenging situations, there's always room for growth and healing. They learned that love is not just about being together, it's about supporting each other, even when things get tough. As they continue to navigate the complexities of co-parenting, Scott and Kourtney have become advocates for open communication and understanding among divorced parents. They hope their story will resonate with other families facing similar challenges, proving that it's possible to overcome obstacles when you prioritize the well-being of your children. In the end, this tale of drama, fear, and resolution is not just about a legal battle. It's about the power of love, resilience, and the unbreakable bond of family. And while the cameras may capture their journey, it's the lessons learned behind the scenes that will leave a lasting impact on their children's lives.